We've left London and we've come to Clacton-on-Sea in the county of Essex, where nearly 70% of the population voted to leave the European Union in the recent referendum. The population here tends to the older, and it's seniors who are being credited with winning the referendum for the Out campaign. So we've come here to talk to people to find out why they wanted to get out of the EU so bad. The thing is, many voters thought voting out was the same thing as closing the borders to immigrants from the EU. But leaders of the Leave campaign have already suggested that that might not exactly be the case.
The idea of staying within a common market but outside the political integration, I think that is feasible, yes.
And that means free movement of people.
It means free movement of labour. It doesn't mean EU citizenship with all the acquired rights.
How did you vote?
I voted to leave.
What about you?
Leave.
How come?
Our borders are our borders at the end of the day. You can't just keep piling people into our country and then paying for them, or people who shouldn't be in this country we want to extradite because they shouldn't be here, like murderers, rapists, whatever. Our rules should say, pick him up, send them back.
It's surprising to hear that because Clacton-on-Sea, according to the statistics, actually has one of the least amount of immigrants in the United Kingdom. It's 90% white, as far as I've seen.
And there are pockets around, but you go to London, you see something completely different. You're getting the Greek cafes, you're getting the Indian cafes, the Chinese are opening everywhere, you know, but you're not getting the white, the English cafe anymore. Go to schools now, they're teaching so many languages. Why? This is the UK. You know, you don't mind French, the standard basic curriculum. If they want to teach Indian, then they go to their own schools for that. But this is the UK, and this is not being racist at all. It's common sense at the end of the day.
It sounds like immigration is a pretty important issue to you. How do you feel about the Conservative MP who said that if the UK wants to retain access to the single market, you probably won't be able to put in those immigration controls that you seem to want?
We don't, then we give up access to the single market.
That's the answer?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're on our way to meet the chairman of UKIP for this region, and he's been a leading figure in the Leave campaign in this area over the last few months and even the last couple of decades.
Hello.
Howdy. Good day, Captain.
Thank you.
How are you?
Oh, can't complain. You can have a t-shirt,
Oh, thank you.
rather large.
Historic t-shirt.
Yes, really. My neighbours have had to put up with this for the last 3 months, so I have decided to take it down. My father fought in the war, my grandfather fought in the war, all to keep us free from a Europe dominated by Germany. To be told now by the Germans what to do, to have the ring of stars on my driving licence, to have my passport changed, to have laws and regulations coming out that I don't agree with, yes, it's a generational change.
If young people really associate their future with the European Union, now they feel like it's been taken away from them.
Yes, but what future?
By the older generation.
Yes, but that's democracy, isn't it? One of the big problems in this country is because we are so successful, everybody wants to come here for a job. And they'll be competing with the 50% unemployed Spaniards, 60% unemployed young people in Greece.
Yes, those problems exist. But is getting out of the EU the way to fix underemployment in the working class?
Take the young. They voted to remain. They have an idealised view of Europe, a land of milk and honey, job opportunities. Their chances of getting a job abroad are infinitesimal. They probably don't go abroad like I do, go to Greece and see.
The young don't go abroad.
Not in the sense of they go to Ibiza, they go to the beaches, they get drunk and party.
The Leave campaign sold this as lower immigration. We leave, we control our borders. But now we've even heard some of the Leave promoters saying that that might not be the case. They're saying that if we want to retain access to the European market, then we're still going to have to allow EU citizens to settle here.
I don't think that's going to happen, because if you don't know how many people are coming in, you as a government cannot plan the infrastructure that supports them.
What I'm saying is, does leave actually stop the immigration if the UK wants to retain its access to the European market?
The European market, I think, has been sold as something that you either have to be in or out of. Of the 195 countries in the world, only 28 are in Europe. The rest, 160 odd, are all independently democratic countries. They all trade with Europe.
Do you think Brexit could precipitate the end of the European Union?
Once somebody does it and they see it's possible, people will say, Britain could do it, why can't we?
It's obvious that immigration is a big concern in this area, but the leaders of the Leave campaign made promises about clamping down on immigration that they might not be able to keep. And they've walked some of those promises back already, saying that if the UK wants to keep its access to the European Union's market, then it's going to have to agree to the European Union's immigration rules, just like before.